Governor Patrick, can you sort of shed some light on where we are in Texas? I know you got an education choice bill out of the Senate. It didn't pass on the House. Where are we in Texas? What is the future? What do you think about the Nevada plan? What should we do going forward?
Well, first of all, I've gotten to know Mark over the last year and a half, really, of attending some conferences together. And when we talked this past summer, and he told me about what they had done, I said, you have to come to Texas and tell this story, so thanks to TPPF for making that possible. The second thing, and I said this to Mark earlier, you all have heard me talk a lot. I'm going to keep my words brief so you can hear more from him and the senator. But I want every senator in this room to stand for 5 seconds. I want to yield some time. Stand up, members. These are the first senators in the history of the state of Texas who passed a school choice bill with money attached to it. We had 19 out of 20 Republicans vote for the bill and 1 Democrat to get us our votes. And we had to break through. As Mark said earlier, when they took over the state, they knew this was their time. And I believed last session, I knew we'd have problems in the House, but I believed it was so important on so many levels to get a school choice bill out of the Senate. And I'm so appreciative of the senators who stood with the people, because 80% of the people, of the Republicans in the state of Texas on the referendum in 2012 support school choice. It's popular in your district with your voters. And secondly, even though we do not get much Democrat support, I don't think Mark got none. We had 1 in the Senate. We know it's popular with their constituents. I heard a phrase yesterday that I've now adopted. I didn't come this far to come this far.
That's good.
We will pass school choice again in the Senate. It will be a better bill next time, incorporating some of the things that Nevada has done. And as Senator Graham said last year when we did this conference, and you stood up so eloquently, as you always are, and you said, Dan, it needs to be available for every parent. We're going to make it available for every parent, as they've done in Nevada. But what they've done is, with these opportunity scholarships, is close the gap for the students who are poor to be able to get to those private schools, because under the ESAs, each student gets $5,100 of their $5,700. And so I've been drilling down already with Mark and Senator Hammond about specifically how some things are going to happen. And the truth is, they're not sure yet. They have to work through the rules of their agency, Nevada Education Agency. But we will have a chance to learn from their success and maybe some of their changes. So I can't think of anything more important. We always put protecting life, that's always the most important thing to do. Any elected official has to keep you and your family safe. But on a public policy issue, there is nothing that comes close to reforming education. We cannot turn around the health care crisis we have in this country. We can't turn around those who are in failing schools and failing communities and have a life of poverty ahead of them without reforming education. And as long as I'm Lieutenant Governor, this will be my #1 policy initiative. And I believe in the House, the votes are on the floor to pass it. That's what I believe. And lastly, I want Mike Morath again to stand up. Governor Abbott could not have made a finer choice than Mike Morath to be your new education commissioner. Mike, stand up. I'm so excited. For those of you who don't know, as a young man, and he does look 17, he was very successful in business and somewhere at a young age retired and dedicated his life to education, because he was in Big Brothers and had a little brother who at 18 graduated from school and couldn't read. And he ran for the school board and he won. I've learned more from Mike in the last 3 years that I've known him than almost anyone else about education. Working with him, working with our senators, we are going to make Texas #1 in education, because I didn't come this far to come this far. Thank you all.